Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Market Misfits. We're going to be looking at this outlook from Matrixport's research report says SEC will reject all Bitcoin spot ETFs in January. So this is something, one of the options or one of the, things that we could have seen happen is that what if, and didn't really see a lot of people considering this, but what if they freaking didn't say, yeah, what if they deny the ETFs? And that's just seemed to be like past anybody's that I've seen or talked to, like they looked at us like we were crazy, basically, but got laughed at. But here's the possibility. I mean, it's here. Fear and greed index is still where it was yesterday. We saw Bitcoin drop off. Let's take a look at this article real quick, and then we'll get into the chart. Excuse me. Prominent analysts and researchers clash over the SEC's potential January decision on a U.S. listed Bitcoin spot exchange traded fund ETF. On Tuesday, digital asset management from Matrixport released a research report elaborating why the U.S. regulator would turn down the applications for Bitcoin spot ETF this month. Reasons why denial is likely. According to Matrixport's report, all Bitcoin spot ETF proposals have continuously failed to meet a criteria requirement that could necessitate the SEC's approval. It mentioned that this inadequacy is despite frequent meetings between ETF applicants and SEC staff alongside multiple reviews or refilled applications, while consenting to the likelihood of the ETF's meeting approval worthy requirements by Q2 2024. Matrixport anticipates the SEC's rejection of all proposals in January. Backing this view, the report highlighted the influence of the current Democratic dominated five-person voting leadership at the SEC. That doesn't sound too good. But excuse me. Won't go into that. That's another video, another channel. Moreover, Matrixport cited the well-known skepticism of Chairman Gary Gensler. The FERC considers it unlikely that Gensler would vote in favor of approving Bitcoin spot ETFs, emphasizing his December 2023 comments indicating a perceived need for more stringent compliance within the crypto industry. Furthermore, the report argued that from a political standpoint, there is little incentive to greenlight a Bitcoin spot ETF. This is because such regulatory endorsement would effectively legitimize Bitcoin as a viable alternative store of value. Bloomberg senior ETF analyst disagrees. Meanwhile, Eric Balchunas, a senior ETF analyst for Bloomberg, expressed disagreement with the notion of a potential rejection. In a Wednesday tweet, Balchunas mentioned that he and other ETF analysts with more insider knowledge have not come across any information indicating anything other than a potential green light. So here he says, people tagged me like crazy on this rejection report. We have heard nothing to indicate anything but approval, but I want to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. So I'm asking if he has any sources or if he's just speculating. He seems to be Bitcoin bull and recently tweeted. So furthermore, Balchunas highlighted that the argument contradicts multiple mainstream news reporters who claim to have inside sources supporting the likelihood of approval. So you don't ever know when to me, and this is my experience, not just in crypto market, but in a lot of markets. Sometimes you'll sit and it'll be something that everyone is extreme, and this has normally been 100% of the time, like 90% of the time. Everyone's super bullish on something, and the thing freaking flops. It's like the biggest red flag of anything that I know in since I've seen any of this or experienced any of this stuff, trading, investing. But anyways, don't buy or sell anything. It's everybody develops like a intuitive sense. It's like the ultimate indicator, and it takes development, and it takes time, a lot of time to understand it. But anyways, that's all that this stuff is until rubber hits the road and we find out, what happens. But people are so bullish, and now maybe people are starting to wonder, what we've been wondering, what if this stuff doesn't fly? So let's finish this with a look at the chart. He acknowledged the possibility of uncertainty, but emphasized that such a turn of events would challenge a significant amount of reliable intelligence, making it a less likely scenario. Meanwhile, in a recent interview, Balchunas suggested that any rejection is more likely to result from the SEC seeking more time rather than an outright dismissal. Okay, so it was quite a ride yesterday. We put a signal out. We were down here. Right now we're on the 4-hour time frame. I was just marking up the possibility. This is that scenario, one of those scenarios, one of the main scenarios I've been looking at. What if this happens? Still don't have a clue if we know what's going to happen. We could come right back out and whatever. But so there's people talking both ways, speculating all around. Just keeping an open mind and looking at what's happening with the development or lack of, and then making a match best we can here with the charts. But this is based off of what we'll be covering in Market Misfits, the Wyckoff trading strategy, price action strategy or method for trading. It's based off of the different market cycles. So just again, we talked about these in several different ways. So up here, you imagine we were starting to get into maybe a little bit even euphoria as this was breaking out right here, because this really bolted off. But anyways, looking at the possibility of coming down here to 30, that's best case scenario, or next to best, unless it would go down to 15 or something like that. Again, that'd be amazing. But anyways, so this is starting to look kind of like either a distribution or reaccumulation. Now, the fact that it came up and it broke, we got our sign of strength right here. So that's our impulse. We got our impulse, and then we hovered here overnight. Let's go to 1 hour. I remember sitting here watching it, but I didn't want to get on until things are settled down just a bit. But so we were actually on the 4 hour. So we went up, boom, 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 and I was just like, dang! I woke up in the morning and it was just sitting right here still, and I thought that was kind of alarming. And so, what happened after that? We lost. Let's take out the measuring stick real quick. We went down, and on XRP, we went down 10.5% here. So within 4, 8 hours. So that's a pretty sharp jab. A lot of times this is to get people to going long. Remember what we talked about this several times. What if this is just to get people going long? What if we break out and it's a fake and it came down? I forget the number of liquidations or in dollars or whatever, but it's a lot of them. So this is what that is. It's a trap. It's just really weird that this was sitting up here overnight and it didn't move. It just went like that because it was a really sharp impulse. So anyways, it gave us our sign of strength. We came back inside the channel. Now, since we're back inside the channel, we're back inside of this consolidation unless we hop back out of here again. So on the 4 hour, I'm looking at for a 4 hour across these candle bodies, be looking for a close on the candle above this number somewhere. We got a big gap right here. This thing shot down like a rocket, pretty gnarly. But I just hope it continues to fall. That'd be great. So then we have this here at the bottom. So also if it breaks down to 40,762, that'd be awesome. So, who knows what's going to happen. Usually when looking at this stuff, it never actually folds out like you think that it will, like to a T. Definitely not. But it's good to look at different possibilities so that if you see something happening and it's similar to what you said that you would do and plan to do in your plan, like in your setup, like what you're able to do, what you're going to do, you have that down in these areas, and then it's a lot easier because you're prepared. So we come down here to, and it's good just to get on and look at different stuff all the time. Different possibilities, foresight. So this is the support down here, the 30K support, which I don't, who knows what's going to happen. We could go back up from here. We're just going to wait and see what happens with the news. Let's check out XRP real quick. It really went to crap pretty quick. And I just wanted to look at this real fast because this cleared out. I put this in the group. If y'all aren't in the group to Market Misfits, then come on to Market Misfits. We got that move, last night on Bitcoin, and it was nuts. We don't get them all, that's for sure, but get more than not. That's all that matters. So if you're looking for a place to get signals and news, then just come on over. I'll drop a link in the comments. But just looking at this drop here on the daily on XRP, we were all the way at 64 cents. And then came down to, actually on another chart, it was down at 45 or something like that. Let's check out another chart real quick. All right, here it is right here. Okay, so on this one, you can see that we went below 47. We couldn't find it on the charts right there. Had a little bit of interference, I think, but all good. So here we are. Here's the gap. This was inside the group. Just took a second to find it, but this chart though. So on this chart, you can clearly see it going. This is one of the swing lows that we were looking to get cleared. Like, it's looking for at least this one to get cleared for the liquidity for this gap. And before we could go up, now the next one we're looking at is the 30 cent for XRP. If stuff starts to pile downhill, then, we're ready. But anyways, you guys, that's going to do it for now. If y'all have any questions or anything, just reach out and holler, send a message and drop a comment, and we will see y'all on the next one. See ya.